My beautiful friends, what's going on? I'm Kian The One, one with the sun. And today we have some very special and important announcements, critical updates when it comes to astrology, when it comes to life, when it comes to breakthroughs. Shout out to Nano CBD in the chat, talking about the markets crashing. You know, we're going to be in for a wild one, guys. I am not going to lie to you. Anytime any big planet like Neptune makes an ingress into a brand new sign, especially one that we haven't experienced in 165 years, you better believe things are going to change. Now, today, Mercury retrograde officially ended. Congratulations. You made it through. Now, stick around to the end as I have some very important announcements too when it comes to these live streams from now on. I'm curious how your Friday and weekend was. You know, especially Friday, leading up to Saturday, Sunday, and everything kind of crescendos tomorrow, Monday. We are in it, guys. We're in for quite the freaking ride. Now, tomorrow, Venus and Saturn meet up in the sky. And this is a reality check moment. When it comes to finances, when it comes to love, especially the finances, given what's been going on. We've had Neptune in Pisces since 2012, heightening this extreme sense of fog, disillusionment. It hasn't been so clear, but thankfully Saturn is in the picture. And whenever Saturn is in the picture, in astrology, Saturn represents reality. Saturn represents limitations. In these markets, the truth is coming out. And a lot of people like to say, oh, it's Trump, it's this, it's this, it's this, you know. They love to blame. And I'm not a political guy, and I could care less about politics. But here's the thing. Nothing goes up forever. We cannot indefinitely expand. At some point, there has to be a contraction. So you can blame it all you want, blame the outside all you want, the external circumstances all you want, but this was just due. And unfortunately, it fell upon that man's shoulder. Which, whatever, you know, shout out Cheddar in the chat. But I'm telling y'all, buckle up. Buckle up until June. Okay, June is going to be when there's going to be a final solution. But until then, it's going to be quite the ride. Yeah, I'm curious how your guys' weekend was, especially Friday. What happened to you guys Friday? How was your Saturday? How was the Sunday as well? Today we celebrated what's called Sizdah Bedar. In Persian culture, it is us getting rid of all the negative energy of the year before. And Persians, our new year is spring equinox. Now, check this out. I do have some very important announcements that I need to make from here on out, okay? And I had to step off to the side to do this live, but from here on out, there's going to be some pretty big changes. I had a breakthrough Friday, okay? If you were here in the live stream, you know, you got to catch me a little bit. And after that live stream, I had some pretty big inspiration on how I wanted to move forward from here on out. And you guys are my friends. You guys are my lovely subscribers. And I care about you deeply. I started going live Sunday to Friday exactly 2 months ago, right? 8 weeks ago. And I've been doing this for 8 weeks, live streams every single day. Now, the truth is, not every day is something astrological to talk about. In terms of like me getting on here and doing as long of a live stream as possible. But here's the thing. From here on out, this was my inspiration that I want to share with you guys, especially everybody who's been following. I really appreciate you guys. It means the world to me. You have no idea. I decided that I'm going to cut back on the live streams and do one live stream on Sundays, right? One with the sun. It makes sense. Sundays associated with the sun, the first day of the week. But the thing that I really am being called to do, in the direction that I want to go, is creating short form content, intentional ones. Now, if you've been following me since the beginning of this journey 2 months ago, where I reactivated my YouTube and everything, because some of you guys have been following me for a couple years now. And 2 months ago, I just wanted to get myself back out there. And I did. I've been working with a coach, and he's been telling me how to play this YouTube game. And we've just been continuously talking back and forth. And one of the things that I want to do from here on out is focus on short form content, aka shorts. For the most part, all the shorts that I've released, majority of them, 95% of them, were cut from these live streams. So they didn't have as much creative control as I would have wanted. And, there was not a whole lot of room for me to provide the maximum amount of value that I can. So instead of talking about astrology via live streams and then chopping them up, what I'm planning on doing from here on out is just creating short form content and 1 to 2 videos per week. And then on Sundays, we get together and we do a live stream. We hang out, we talk astrology. I give you guys the week forecast ahead. So instead of just me coming on here and talking for a long time, me talking for a long time, just out of nowhere, taking whatever I come up with and going into the shorts. And by the way, if there's any fucking trolls or anything, I'm kicking them out instantly whenever they come to these lives, because I really don't give a shit. You guys are fucking, some of those people are ridiculous. Anyways, I'm going to focus on short form content. And when I do, it's going to be so much more intentional. And yeah, that was my big announcement. So just more well-crafted content. And then Sunday, come and hang out with my fans and the growing fan base that's going to result. Because I was kind of man, I wanted to come hang out with you guys, but then you get all these trolls and stuff. And to be honest, small PP energy, those kinds of people. Exactly. And there was no way for me to really focus on you guys, on people, on my message, on stuff like that. And because of that, I was like, I'm not going to do the lives anymore. So I'm going to focus on short form content and videos, because, it is kind of distracting when I want to try to connect with my fans and we go live and we hang out, we listen to music, we talk philosophy, we talk spirituality, we talk astrology. The whole point of this is for me to provide clarity and warmth and nourishment and hang out with everybody. But it kind of pissed me off because I was just like, Friday was just ridiculous, man. I was like, there's so many trolls. Hey, shout out to the beautiful. I'm going to pin that message. So, yeah. And so from now on, the whole direction that I took, the breakthrough that I personally had, was to only do this once a week. So we have just a more quality time together too, versus like every day of the week. Because I rather the most important thing I got to say to everybody to be 20 to 30 second long. And if I have other pieces of information, education, it'll be long form content. 1 to 2 of those per week. When it comes to spirituality, when it comes to, shout out to Just Skidding, when it comes to astrology, spirituality, all these things, and Friday was a big breakthrough. I had like so much clarity on the direction that I wanted to go to. And I've just been learning, full disclosure, because some of you guys have been following me for a while and been there since day one of One with the Sun. And boom, removed. So that's what it's going to be. So I hope you guys understand. I mean, it's just what I'm going to do. And I know people like Nano CBD, Dean Davis, Neurosci. There's been Miss E, Cheddar, and all these people. They're going to, that's what's going to happen. And like I said, anybody comes in during these lives, it's kind of like squishing ants. And people who don't have anything meaningful to contribute instantly will remove them and just keep on hanging out with the people, the good people, instantly. You feel me? You guys don't know. So yeah, just to recap, we're going to focus on short form content daily, 1 a day. Number 2, 1 to 2 long form videos per week for things that I have, if I have more to say, but at least 1, you're going to get that. And I'm going to put you in timeout, J-Pot. You feel me? Damn, can you imagine being fucking put in timeout like a little fucking kid? Peace out. Anyways, and music too. Like I want to focus on music as well. And yeah. In this channel, from now on, expect to see. Shout out to A. Marie. Hey, thank you, A. Marie. God bless. That's amazing. See? And you got somebody like this person. You get put in timeout, so shut up. Keep pushing and never focus on it. Boom, look at that. Hey, shout out to A. Marie. Vibration sets the stage. Hopefully I'm not working Sunday at the Vineyard. Can you start at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time? Nano CBD, that's actually good because I think later would actually be better too. Instead of like 6 p.m. Because, like for example, today I was out with family. And I would love to do that. Shout out to A. Marie. That's love. That's love. Pin that comment, you feel me? Yeah, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's going to be, that's what's going to happen. I think that's so much better for me too. Just to like chill out so I can be in the studio. I'll make sure I'm not out and about so we can hang out. We can talk astrology, listen to music, talk life, philosophy, and from there, just continue our expansion. And today is Mercury direct. So today we're going to start seeing a lot more forward momentum. And it's so funny because this is when and where, like exactly from this day, I've been in this review stage, since Mercury went retrograde a couple weeks ago. We've all been in this review stage in one area of life. And to me, it started out in my third house, which is social media, going into my fourth house, which is home. And so now, this is what we're going to do. Shout out to Sasha. It says, can't wait to hear your music. Can't wait to hear your music. Go check her out. She is very talented, beautiful, Russian, traditional, classical Russian singer. Gorgeous voice, absolutely gorgeous voice, gorgeous face, gorgeous everything. She is wonderful. So yeah, guys. But we can kick it a little bit, I'm here. You feel me? I don't really have my ephemeris, so I can't really say what's going on I can't really say what's going on when it comes to this week ahead astrologically. But today, the main thing for me was to come on here and tell you guys the game plan, because I know some of you guys have been, and I really appreciate you guys, like following the launch of One with the Sun since the day I started it. And we're going to get more intentional with it. And it's not like the information is going to stop. It's just like I need to focus on getting the message across. So I'm going to craft more intentional short form content to make sure that what's important needs to be said. And then on Sundays, possibly going to push it to later in the day, and we're going to hang out and chill, talk astrology and all that good stuff. Because I love doing these lives, honestly. It's a chance to connect with you guys and hang out. And I think I kind of tolerated some bullshit from people, like just random people who are probably doing nothing with their lives, who just come in here and just don't provide any value or usefulness. But some of you guys do, like CMC, big shout out to you. Edward, big shout out to you as well. Again, shout out to A. Marie. You guys are awesome. And make sure you guys are subscribed and hit the bell notifications, because we talk all things spirituality, frequency, astrology, philosophy, all with the intention of providing clarity and illuminating the path forward. That's right. My friend asked me this, and I want to tell you guys about this story. Put my phone here. This is how it came about too. And this is just, when it comes to these shorts, this is a chance for me to get vulnerable and like tell you guys just how I came across, the ideas that I did, the inspiration that I did. But I spoke to my friend. He's a dear friend of mine. He's a very accomplished individual. And he asked me, he said, Kian, what's the end goal? Like, what is the end goal? Astrology, music, your voice, these are all the way that these are mediums, but they're not necessarily the end goal. And I sat there, and the sun in general is just such a big symbol in my life. And the sun is a big symbol. And I asked myself, what does the sun do for humanity? The sun provides warmth, clarity, nourishment. It supports existence, and it lives for the benefit of us. Without the sun, humans would not exist. And so I was like, this is this is the path that I want to go on, is to provide warmth, clarity, light, nourishment. That's the end goal, to illuminate the path forward, essentially. And how do I do that? It's through music, it's through astrology, it's through spirituality, like philosophical discussions that we have here. That's how we do it. And it couldn't be more clear. But the live streams are casual. We just come hang out and we talk life. You know what I mean? And I want this to be like the community space, the community vibe, versus, anything else. And it's perfect. Sunday, that's the day of the sun, right? Where we all get together and hang out. This is the vision for the future. And then the rest, well, I've already told you. It's going to be more intentional creativity. And it's going to include music, astrology, and many branches of astrology. You guys know, financial astrology, mundane astrology, relationship astrology, all these kinds of different astrologies. And then philosophy and motivation. The sun, it is during the day when we get the most done. Like, some people are night owls, but it's like, what do they say? They say seize the day. And we owe it to the energy of the sun, because the sun shines. It gives us so much energy. It gives us vitality to get shit done, basically. To get shit done. And yeah. So Sundays is going to be our day to hang out. And I don't know if I agree with that, Matthew Scott, but if you want to just hang out, you can. But if you want to just say some meaningless stuff with no contribution, I will put you in timeout like a little child. But I do love Jesus, because Jesus, to me, Jesus is the sun. Not just the S-O-N, but the S-U-N. All right, as well. And Raw Dog, if you don't like astrology, you're going to be put in timeout. I'll put you in 1 minute timeout so you can think about whether you want to stick around or get out of here. Anyways, but yeah, that's it, y'all. Mercury has gone direct, and we're moving forward. And right now, Mercury is in Pisces, so it's kind of like we're still in this like foggy, like dreamy space when it comes to our mental processing and how we view things. I don't necessarily want to say rosy colored glasses, but it is opposite its rulership, which is Virgo. And yeah, so Pisces is a little foggy for Mercury, at least. But it's going to go into Aries, so there's going to be a brand new start somewhere in our lives. For me, it's the 4th house, which is home. But yeah, y'all, we chilling. Thank you guys for supporting me from day one. I really do appreciate it. And, I think as a creator, or as creators, all of us are creators, we have to be willing to try stuff out. We have to be willing to experiment and be open to failure and redirection. And I think I paid my dues on the live streams too, but to me, now it's just much more intentional. Yo, shout out Edward says, I'm Aries. Aries, the god of war. Headstrong. Look at this. There's a road runner in front of me. It's beautiful. So yeah, guys. Gemini, shout out Nano CBD, Gemini. June 15th to 18th will be biblical. It really could be. I've been like thinking about all this too. I truly think that pretty soon, like just wait till this week, yo. Anyways, y'all, I love you guys from the bottom of my heart, truly. If you guys have any questions, let me know before I sign off. Otherwise, starting tomorrow, expect to see one crafted short per day, one like finely crafted, I would say, short form content a day. And yeah, and then Sundays we'll all hang out. So I think I have spoken, and we'll see what I do with the series name. I think One with the Sun is still the live stream series name. Numerology gives a guide as well as planetary alignment. Shout out to Dean Davis as well, for real. He's a day one for sure. You know, Nano CBD, Dean Davis, like I said, I named a few. Neuroside Doc, Miss E. There were others as well. I feel like I'm forgetting. If I forgot you, just know I appreciate all the day ones. And it's not, we're just getting started. We're literally just getting started. We're going to revisit this video. Mark my words. We're going to revisit this live stream one day if you are here. And we are going to be so far ahead than where we started. This is a promise. And we're going to look back at this day and we're going to laugh. You and I, we're going to laugh. We're going to be like, wow, humble beginnings, you know? Because I'm a creator. We're all creators. Again, we're all creators. But, you know, you fine tune the creation. You perfect the craft as you go along. You don't stop from sharing. Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't stop giving to people, shining your light ever, but you continue to refine how you show up to the world. And eventually that light will be reflected back to you. But we never stop growing. We never stop learning. We never stop expanding. And we also never stop submitting to discipline. Because this is all this is, creativity. Whether you're making YouTube videos or music or whatever. You know, whatever creativity, whatever craft that you have, or wine, for example. I know Nano CBD, you know, big shout out to him. Whatever it is that you're doing, you are, at the end of the day, creating. And we always continue to refine our craft. So Mercury is officially direct. We will finally be moving forward. I can't wait for Mercury to be out of Pisces, which is going to be soon. I'm going to keep you guys updated on the short form content with all of that. And yeah, I send you guys so much love. And we end this together. Be a light bearer. Your input may give someone hope, Edward says. Thank you, Edward. I hope you're subscribed, my friend. I appreciate your comments, your thoughtful comments here as well. This is, yeah, it's the truth. And this is the whole, tomorrow you guys might see this on my channel banner. I'm going to say, if you guys look at my channel banner already, it's like the sun. And he has like a bubble that's coming out of his mouth, and he says, daily astrology, but that's going to be changed to light, literally light. And on the other side, it says to illuminate the path forward. So tomorrow, we're going to change that to light to illuminate the path forward, because That's truly my value proposition for all of you guys. Yeah. And I know Jesus loves me. Jesus loves you too. Jesus loves everybody. Shout out Jesus. Anyways, y'all, I send you guys so much love. Again, thank you for all your support and just being here. You know, I had to get some stuff off my chest and just keeps it real with you guys. So if nobody has anything else to say, I will sign off. It was a beautiful day today. Just got to be at the park, hang out. Sasha says, world needs no more positivity, so keep on shining. Thank you. It really does. It really does. And that goes for all of us, too. It's not just me. The sun gives you power. The sun reveals and illuminates the way. And this has always been the intention, even with my music. So we're gonna start that journey because it is officially time to do so. Starting tomorrow. And then I'll let you guys know, be on the lookout for me scheduling Nano CBD, especially this one's for you, but be on the lookout for me scheduling the next live. So I'll try to do it like during the day so you guys have like a heads up as to what time it'll be. But I really do resonate with me doing it like later in the day on Sunday, maybe at like 8, like you said. And I'm gonna try to get this another device so I can multi-stream on here and on TikTok at the same time, 2 different phones. So we're gonna keep it pushing. And yeah, guys. The vibration within your meditation can be maintained during the day. This is true. I meditate every morning. This is like one of the most important things that I do in the morning. It's one of the most important things I do in the morning, and that is practice silence. And I do pranayama too, which is breath work. So during the morning I do breath work so that I can get into a meditative state so much easier. I can regulate my nervous system so much easier. And it really does. It really sets the tone for the day. It's something called the miracle morning, right? And I've talked to Sasha about this, which is 6 exercises that you can do in the morning within the 1 hour of waking up. And if you do these 6 exercises, your entire life will change. Like I might get like frustrated or like, you know, have very normal human experiences, but every day my day is overwhelmingly positive because of what I do in the morning, which is meditation, visualization, affirmation, journaling, reading, and exercise. Even if it's just for 10-15 minutes each, you know, then yeah. But your journaling might take 5 minutes, your reading might take 10, your exercise 20 or 25. Mine takes a while. Your visualization, maybe 5, but it might be when you're meditating. And your affirmations, you speak things into existence. Let them be. When you make your mantras, when you speak your truth, let it be from the core of your being. Let it emanate from your deepest truth. And that is powerful. You know, mantras, for example, I know you guys know about mantras. Mantras are specific sound patterns, and they can truly create change in the body. Look at the sunset. Let's share a moment together. It's beautiful. Shout out to Nano CBD. Share this beautiful sunset with my friends. I'm telling you, we're gonna look back on this live one day, and we're gonna say, wow, we have come so far. Because we didn't give up. We continue to refine how we present ourselves to the world. We put ourselves out there. We didn't shy away from shining our light. And we gave it our very best. Good vibes. Whoop! Alright guys, much love. I'm out. This was 36 minutes. So I hope you guys can join me next Sunday. I'll let you guys know exactly when. I'll pre-schedule the live. And yeah, we're gonna keep the show moving. Truly appreciate you guys. May God bless you always. And I wish you infinite abundance, infinite love. And may miracles always be on your path to greater love. Okay, I'm done. Love you guys. I'm out. Peace.